Have you ever faced a problem so specific, so utterly niche, that you thought, surely? Someone must have invented a solution for this by now. Well, back in the roaring 20s and early 30s, a period brimming with jazz, flapper dresses, and a near-ubiquitous cloud of cigarette smoke, one inventor tackled a dilemma that plagued the sophisticated smoker on the go. Imagine this. You're strolling down a bustling city street, the epitome of 1930s cool, when the heavens open up. The rain begins to fall, but your craving for a nicotine fix is undeterred. You light up your cigarette, only to watch in dismay as the raindrops extinguish your precious ember before you can even take a proper puff. It's a tragedy of miniature proportions. A vexing issue for the dedicated smoker caught in a downpour. How could one possibly enjoy their smoke while protecting it from the elements? This was the everyday problem that one creative mind in 1931 set out to solve, leading to one of the most wonderfully absurd inventions of the era. Enter the cigarette umbrella, a device as literal as its name suggests. Patented in 1931, this invention was the brainchild of an individual who clearly believed that no problem was too small to merit a gadget. The solution was a marvel of miniature engineering, a tiny, fully functional umbrella, designed not for a person, but for a single cigarette. This wasn't just a novelty item, it was a carefully designed piece of hardware. The miniature canopy, complete with its own tiny struts and fabric, was attached to a small clamp. This clamp was engineered to fasten securely onto the end of a standard cigarette holder, a common accessory for the stylish smoker of the time. Once affixed, the umbrella would deploy, creating a personal waterproof shield directly over the burning tip of the cigarette. In theory, a smoker could now walk nonchalantly through a rainstorm, her cigarette perfectly dry and alight, protected by its own personal brolly. It was a testament to human ingenuity, a declaration that even the smallest of life's annoyances could be conquered with a bit of mechanical flair and a complete disregard for public perception. Of course, as with many inventions that seem brilliant on the drafting table, the reality of the cigarette umbrella was far less glamorous. The device had a critical, almost comical design flaw that became apparent the moment it was put to the test in the real world. While it might have offered some protection during a perfectly still, vertical drizzle, it was utterly useless against the one thing that almost always accompanies rain: wind. The slightest gust would send raindrops flying sideways, completely bypassing the tiny canopy and soaking the cigarette from the side. The very conditions it was designed for rendered it ineffective. But the practical failure was perhaps secondary to its most glaring issue. Using it made you look absolutely, undeniably ridiculous. Picture a dapper gentleman in a fedora or a chic woman in a cloche hat, holding a cigarette holder with a minuscule umbrella perched on the end. It was an accessory that screamed, "I have more money than sense," and invited stares, chuckles, and outright mockery from every passerby. The cigarette umbrella wasn't just an invention, it was a fashion statement, and unfortunately, it was a statement of pure absurdity. Ultimately, it was a solution in search of a problem that didn't really need solving, doomed to be remembered not as a practical tool, but as a charmingly silly footnote in the long history of bizarre inventions. If you enjoyed this look back at one of history's most bizarre gadgets, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more weird history.